You believe you are living in the present moment. Right now, this second, this breath, it feels immediate, direct, undeniably real, but physics quietly destroys that belief. What you call now does not actually exist the way your mind thinks it does. Every single thing you see is delayed. Not metaphorically, physically. Light needs time to travel. Signals need time to move. Your brain needs time to process information. Between reality happening and you experiencing it, there is always a gap. Small, invisible, but unavoidable. Look around you. The walls you see are already in the past by the time their light reaches your eyes. The screen in front of you exists a fraction of a second ago. Even your own hands are slightly older than you perceive them to be. Your brain receives fragments of reality late and assembles them into a smooth illusion called the present. You are not witnessing reality live. You are watching a reconstruction. Neuroscience confirms it. Your brain collects sensory data, processes it, predicts missing pieces, and then presents a finished version of reality. What feels instantaneous is actually edited after the fact. Conscious awareness lags behind physical events. You are always remembering reality, even while you think you are experiencing it. And the deeper you look into physics, the stranger it becomes. The sun you see in the sky is 8 minutes old. If it vanished right now, you would continue seeing it shining peacefully for 8 more minutes, completely unaware of the catastrophe already completed. Every star in the night sky is a message from the past. Some of those stars may not even exist anymore. Their light is still traveling across space, delivering ghosts of events long finished. The universe you observe is a museum of delayed light. You have never seen the universe as it is, only as it was. This leads to an uncomfortable realization. The present moment is not a universal experience shared across the cosmos. Physics, especially relativity, reveals there is no single cosmic now. Time does not tick equally for everyone. Two observers moving differently through space can disagree about whether two events happened at the same time, and both perspectives remain valid. Simultaneity itself breaks down. Somewhere far away, an event you consider part of the future could already belong to another observer's past. The timeline you trust is not absolute. It depends on motion, gravity, and perspective. The universe has no master clock. Your now is personal, local, limited. This means reality is not unfolding like a movie playing frame by frame for everyone together. Instead, space-time exists more like a vast structure where moments are arranged, not created. You move through slices of it, interpreting one thin layer at a time. And here comes the unsettling truth. You have never directly experienced reality as it happens. Your awareness lives slightly behind existence, constantly catching up to events that already occurred. Even your thoughts follow this rule. Brain activity begins before you become conscious of deciding anything. Experiments show neural signals predicting decisions moments before people feel they made a choice. Your sense of immediate control may itself be delayed awareness. The feeling of, I am here right now, is less a fact and more a biological interface. A useful illusion designed for survival, not accuracy. The universe does not pause for perception. It moves according to physical laws, indifferent to when or how you notice. So the moment you trust most, the present, is not solid ground. It is a carefully constructed memory, refreshed continuously so fast that you never notice the delay. You are always slightly late to reality, and once you truly understand that, something shifts. The world stops feeling like a flowing instant and starts feeling like something deeper, a vast, layered existence where every observation is already history the moment it arrives. The now you cling to was gone before you even knew it existed. You were taught that the past is finished, closed, gone, irreversible, a place you cannot return to. But the universe does not treat the past as something discarded. Physics suggests something far more unsettling. The past is not destroyed. It spreads. Every event that happens releases information into the cosmos. Not metaphorical information, physical information carried by particles and radiation moving outward at the speed of light. Right now, light is leaving your face. Photons bounce off your skin, your surroundings, your movements, and rush into space forever. They do not stop. They do not turn around. They do not forget where they came from. They carry an image of this exact moment, your posture, your expression, your existence, all encoded into traveling light. And once that light escapes, it becomes part of the universe permanently. Imagine someone billions of kilometers away with a powerful enough telescope. They would not see you as you are now. They would see you as you were when that light began its journey. Distance becomes time travel. The farther away the observer, the further back into your history they look. This is not science fiction. This is how astronomy works. When scientists observe distant galaxies, they are not seeing them today. They are seeing ancient versions, millions or billions of years old. Some galaxies we observe no longer exist in the form we see. Their light is simply late to arrive. The universe is filled with delayed echoes of everything that has ever happened, which leads to a harsh realization. Nothing truly disappears. It only becomes unreachable. Oche, your past is not erased. It is expanding outward like ripples on an endless ocean. Every word you have spoken has disturbed air molecules, creating waves that faded but transferred energy forward. Every action rearranged matter permanently. Every decision altered chains of cause and effect that continue unfolding long after you stop thinking about them. Physics operates under a powerful principle. Information is not easily destroyed. Even when objects burn, decay, or collapse, the information describing them transforms rather than vanishes. Matter changes form. Energy redistributes. Patterns evolve. But the universe keeps accounting for what occurred. The cosmos behaves less like a forgetful mind and more like an infinite archive. Second shocking truth: the universe remembers everything, even when humans cannot. Your memories fade because your brain is limited. Reality itself has no such limitation. Somewhere in space, waves of light still carry moments from Earth's distant past. Right now, regions of the universe are receiving signals from events humanity considers ancient history. To a distant observer, early civilizations are still alive. Old wars are still unfolding. Long-dead voices are still speaking. The past is not a place you left behind. It is a sphere expanding outward at light speed. And here's the unsettling implication most people never consider. There is no clean separation between was and is. There is only information traveling at different stages of arrival. What you call history is simply reality viewed from a different distance. This changes how permanence works. You cannot undo an action because the universe has already distributed its consequences across space-time. The moment something happens, it becomes woven into the structure of reality itself. No apology erases it, no regret removes it, no forgetting cancels it. You can change what comes next, but what occurred remains physically embedded in the cosmos. This idea challenges a comforting human belief that mistakes fade into nothingness. They don't. They transform into causes, shaping future events indefinitely. But this is not only terrifying, it is also profound, because it means moments of kindness travel just as far as moments of harm. A small act does not vanish after it ends. Its effects ripple outward through people, systems, and time itself. The universe amplifies everything. So the question changes. If nothing is truly deleted, what kind of traces are you sending into eternity right now? Because, whether you notice or not, your life is continuously being broadcast into the fabric of the cosmos. And that signal never stops traveling. Most people live as if time forgives everything. They assume mistakes dissolve, embarrassing moments fade, bad choices eventually disappear into the past, like footprints erased by wind. Time, they believe, cleans the record. But physics suggests something far less comforting. If space-time permanently contains every event, then nothing you do is ever truly removed from reality. Moments do not vanish. They become fixed coordinates in the structure of the universe. Your life is not a temporary performance. It is a permanent inscription. Every action you take becomes part of existence itself, locked into the fabric of space-time forever. The universe does not revise earlier chapters. It does not rewrite scenes. It does not grant edits after the fact. What happened remains real, always. This idea should disturb you because it destroys one of humanity's favorite psychological escapes. the belief that consequences fade simply because time passes. They don't fade, you only move away from them. Imagine walking through a city. The streets behind you still exist, even though you cannot see them anymore. In the same way, moments in your past remain real locations within space-time, even after your awareness has moved forward. The angry words you spoke still exist at that coordinate. The kindness you showed still exists there too. Every version of you continues to occupy its place in reality. Here comes the harsh realization. You are not becoming someone new by escaping your past. You are adding permanent layers to who you are. Nothing replaces earlier versions of you. They accumulate. The fearful version of you is still real. The courageous version is also real. The selfish and the generous versions coexist as equally permanent facts of the universe. This changes responsibility entirely. If moments endure, then actions are not temporary experiments. They are eternal statements about who you were capable of being, and ignoring this truth creates a dangerous illusion. People delay growth because they think time will fix things automatically. They assume regret eventually cancels damage. They believe they can live carelessly now and become serious later. But physics offers no evidence that reality forgets. The universe preserves outcomes without judgment. Cause leads to effect. Effect leads to more causes. Chains extend indefinitely. A single decision alters countless future trajectories, not just yours but others. One conversation changes a mood. One mood changes a choice. One choice reshapes a life. That life influences more lives. The ripple never truly stops. This means your smallest actions are far heavier than they feel. You are constantly shaping a permanent cosmic record. And here is the unsettling part most people resist. Time does not heal wounds by erasing them. Healing happens only when new moments reshape future paths. But the original event remains part of reality forever. Ignoring this leads to passive living. People drift. They postpone courage. They avoid honesty. They assume life resets tomorrow. But tomorrow does not erase today. It builds on it. Every careless action becomes a fixed point you must forever carry within space-time structure. This realization is uncomfortable because it removes excuses. You cannot claim moments didn't matter. You cannot pretend choices disappeared. You cannot rely on time to clean what you refuse to confront. Yet within this discomfort lies power, because permanence applies to meaning as well. Acts of love do not vanish. Moments of bravery do not expire. Small kindnesses become enduring features of reality. You are constantly deciding what kind of permanence you leave behind. So the real question is no longer, will this matter later? The real question is, you want this moment to exist forever exactly as it is? Because according to the laws of reality, it already will, if the past is still real, if moments are permanently embedded in space-time, if time is not erasing your life but preserving it, then your understanding of existence must change. Completely. Most people treat life like a temporary experience, something fragile and fleeting, a short spark between nothingness and nothingness. That belief creates urgency but also carelessness. If everything disappears anyway, why think deeply? Why act deliberately? Why carry responsibility beyond survival? But physics whispers a radically different possibility. Your life is not vanishing as it happens, it is becoming permanent structure. Every second you live is being carved into the architecture of the universe itself, not symbolically, physically. Events do not dissolve, they take their place in space-time forever. You are not passing through meaningless moments, you are building eternity one decision at a time. This realization introduces a powerful shift. Life stops being about chasing future happiness and starts being about the quality of moments you are creating right now. Because those moments never stop existing. The argument, "this won't matter later," collapses instantly. It already matters, forever. Think about what this means for how you live. The conversation you rush through today becomes a permanent part of reality. The way you treat someone in a moment of frustration becomes an unchangeable fact of the universe. The courage you avoid or the honesty you choose becomes fixed into existence just as permanently as the formation of a star. Nothing is small anymore. Every action gains weight. And here comes the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. You are already immortal, not as a future being but as a collection of moments that cannot be erased. The version of you reading this right now will always exist at this point in space-time. That awareness, those thoughts, this exact state of being, permanently real. You do not need eternity after death to matter. You already occupy eternity within reality's structure. The tragedy is that most people live unaware of this. They drift through days distracted, numb, postponing meaning. They assume significance arrives later, after success, after stability, after permission from life itself. But later is just another coordinate waiting to be filled with choices. And ignoring this truth has consequences. When you live carelessly, you are not wasting time. You are creating permanent moments you would never willingly preserve. You are turning pieces of eternity into regret. The universe does not judge, but it records. And that recording never stops. So the shift is simple but brutal. Stop asking how long life lasts. Start asking what kind of moments deserve to exist forever. This perspective changes ambition, it changes relationships, it changes fear itself. Failure becomes less terrifying because attempts themselves become meaningful structures in reality. Kindness becomes powerful because its effects never truly disappear. Meaning stops being something you search for. Meaning becomes something you actively manufacture through conscious action. Here is the final realization. You are not waiting for your life to matter. You are already engraving it into the cosmos. Right now, this breath, this decision, this attention you choose to give or withhold, all of it becomes permanent. So stop living like moments reset. Stop hiding behind someday. Stop assuming reality forgets your hesitation. It doesn't. Act with intention. Think beyond comfort. Choose actions worthy of permanence. Because somewhere within the vast structure of the universe, this exact moment never ends. And the person you decide to be right now is the version of you that existence keeps forever.